Hello friends, after a long time we are meeting in these online classes. Dear friends, it is your paper, that is paper number is 13, aquaculture techniques and fish nutrition. It is of your semester 4th. So welcome to this semester 4th on this online classes. The title of the paper number 13 is Aquaculture Techniques and Fish Nutrition. In that paper, there are 4 units are there. Unit number 1 is of the fish culture. Unit number 2 is of marine water prawn culture. Unit number 3 is of the fish nutrition. And unit number 4 is of the aquaculture and probiotics. Sorry friends, calls are coming, therefore there was a little bit of interruption. So these are the 4 units for your paper number 13, and today we are going to start with the unit number 1st, in which a different type of culture are there, that is fish culture. Today we are going to see about the culture of Indian major carps. So the culture is nothing but the rearing, a scientific method of rearing. What is culture? Culture is nothing but a scientific method of rearing, and the major carps are nothing but the fishes in India. See here, Indian major carp, it is also known as, in short, IMC, Indian major carps. So why these are known as Indian major carps? Dear friends, in our ecosystem, it is consisting of various types of the ponds, lakes, reservoirs we call as aquatic ecosystem, and no doubt each and every aquatic system is having a particular type of biota and biotopes. So fish is one of the group of aquatic animal that are present in the different type of water bodies, that are ponds, lakes, reservoir, springs, nalas, and so on. Even though it is having a greater biodiversity of the you may call as aquatic fauna, why we are concentrating on the Indian major carps? Why it is known as the major carps? Because in all over India, these fishes, which major carps are cultured on a large scale, therefore that are known as Indian major carps. Particularly the fish farmers, cultivators, fish growers, and other small fish farmers, that are using the Indian major carps for the purpose of culture. So why that have been preferred? Why only we are concentrating on the Indian major carps? That have several things, several points. On that basis, the fish farmers, the fish cultivators, fish growers are choosing that particular type of fish groups. So this Indian major carp is a small group of fishes. Indian major carp is a group of fishes which is consisting of the Katla, Labio, and Sirena. These are the indigenous carps. Carp is a group of fishes. So this Indian major carp chiefly is consisting of Labio rohita, Katla, and Sirena mrigala. These combinedly known as the Indian major carps. And today we are going to see about the culture of that Indian major carps. Dear friends, when we see the history of fish culture, we know that India is having a vast type of, very great type of history regarding the agriculture and so on. Similarly, India is also having the aquaculture, or you may call it as a fish culture history. When you go in detail the history of the fish culture, you will find that India is having long back history of fish culture, that is from 2500 BC to the, you may call as near about 1500 BC. So in this duration, what that is 2500 to 1500 BC, there are certain evidences are there. The evidences of the fish culture has been found, has been recorded, has been collected from the ancient time. When you see that, when there is excavation of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa of this Indus Valley civilization, they have certain evidences, and on that evidences we can say that fish culture was known to civilians. So in India also, it has a little bit of the history. The first of all, the Britishers, after the Britishers, or when Britishers was there, they have started first of all a sports type of the fisheries. They have been used to culture the fishes for their entertainment, and later on they have just developed a particular type of the culture system. So particularly, first of all, in India, the Britishers was introduced that fisheries as a trade of the entertainment, for their entertainment purpose. Later on, here in the India, the first scientific, when we say about this PPT, in India, the first scientific fish farming was developed in Madras from Krishna district of Andhra Pradesh during the 1991. That means a scientific type of fish culture program were conducted in India since 1911. So from that 1911, India has started culture type of the fisheries. Later on, that government of India has, after the independence, of course, after the independence, the government of India has been established various type of departments into the number of states. Maharashtra is also having a number of, you may call as the fisheries department, and particularly you know very well that this each district is having the fish development office. Fish development officer is there. So whatever the activities regarding that fisheries that are of course on that government base, through the government, that have been connected by that fisheries departments. When we see about the little bit of the history, the introduction of that culture of the Indian major carps, we know very well, after the independence, government of India is having started a plan for their development of the agriculture and number of the sectors. That government of India has planned the 5-year plan. There was a establishment, there was a formation of the 5-year plan, a section wise, area wise, and during that time that target area has been developed. So that 7-year plans has been established in India, is formed in India in 1951. In Marathi we call as the Panchvarshik Yojana. This Panchvarshik Yojana, this 5-year plan started in India in 1951. And you know very well, initially it was a green revolution. That means that revolution in which a major type of research, the production, development is taking place of the agriculture sector. So the development of that agriculture sector was done in the head of Blue Revolution. Similarly, on the same background, in the year 1985 to 1998, government India, during which plan? During the 7th plan. 7th plan was running, 7th plan was organized during 1985 to 1998. So during that time, the government of India has been declared that span of time that 5-year plan as a blue revolution. In Marathi it is known as the Neel Kranti. During that blue revolution, a major type of development in fisheries sector, industry, fisheries industry, fish culture program, fish research, fisheries activity, development of marine type of fisheries. So whatever the research and activities that are related with the fisheries that have been undertaken in that the head that is known as blue revolution. And after the blue revolution, within the blue revolution, that the culture of Indian major carp have taken a boost. So it is boost up in that blue revolution. Dear friends, here after a little bit of introduction of this blue revolution history, let us see what are the objectives of the fish culture. For what we are going to culture the fishes. Of course, India is having the huge type of the population. They have a number of job problems, employment problem. So the fisheries is might be found a good type of job and employment sector. You have been seen that India is having a vast coastal length also. Even though India is having a large number of freshwater bodies, rivers, lakes, and reservoirs. So the major objective of the fish culture is to obtain the maximum yield of fish production, because fish is a good and cheap type of proteinous food comparing to the other type of proteinous food. So through that fish we will get a good type of digestible protein. That means, and that is possible only by a good type of fish production. Here, to obtain a high yield production, to get income from that fish culture, this is the one of the important objective of the fish culture. Besides that, to obtain the table and recently nutritional food, nutritious food, it is also one objective of the fish culture. That means job and employment, a good type of protein rich food, as well as to generate job development opportunities, and through that the job and development opportunities to support the state and the national economy. That means for supporting of the national and state economy, the fisheries sector is also playing an important role. Besides that, here one and last type of the objective of the you may call as fish culture is to utilize the freshwater bodies within the India. Whatever the bodies which have been not used so intensively, that have been taken under consideration and that have been used for the purpose of fish culture. So ultimately, natural freshwater resources are also utilized. The utilization of that natural water will also take place, and this might be the major objective of the fish culture. We have seen that all over the India, these three fishes, which one? The Lebureta, Katla, and Srinamragala are going to be cultured. Fish farmers are just having interest to culture that fish only because that have particular characteristics, that have particular importance into the culture sector. Why that are going to the what and why fish farmers prefer, select, choose this major carp for culture program. So why there is intention to culture only the major carps? Because there are several points on that basis the farmers are selecting that major carps for the purpose of culture. What are that points? Here, these major carps that are having fastest rate of growth compared to the other type of the fishes. We know very well the freshwater biodiversity is there, 100 numbers of the fishes are available, and why are people are interested only to culture that major carps? Because major carps is having the fastest and high growth rate. So due to the high growth rate, they will give the high yield production into the medium time period. Secondly, these major carps are able to feed upon various type of natural as well as artificial food. So it is very important. when we are going to culture a particular type of fish and it is not able to have the artificial food at that time, how growth is possible? Therefore, these major carbs are able to eat, they are able to feed upon varieties of the food material. It may be the natural, it may be the artificial. So they also use a very nicely that artificial food. Therefore, that is also the one important point why we are going to select only the major carbs for the purpose of culture. Besides that, these carbs, major carbs, are hardy and resistant to the various type of diseases. It is also the one of the important point that are hardy and resistant to the diseases, and therefore they can have a good type of health, good type of the high yield production, and therefore the people's fish farmers are going towards the major carbs. Besides that, it have a good nutritional value as well as good taste. See here, when number of fishes are available into the market, but one particular type of fish is having a good taste, therefore the consumers will just try to purchase that fish only rather than the other fishes. Because why? Because it has a good type of a taste as well as the nutritional value also, and therefore the Leviorheta, Katla, Srinimragala, that is the Indian major carbs, is having a good type of nutritional value as well as the taste also. Besides that, this Indian major carbs is having a better tolerance capacity to the adverse conditions also. They can manage very well, they can grow very well into the different type of physico-chemical conditions. That means that are withstanding, that will survive, that are surviving into the different type of aquatic conditions also, different type of physico-chemical conditions also. Therefore, it will become a most easier to culture. There will be no loss when, if the fishes are there and that are just going to the die by a little bit changes into the physico-chemical properties, at that time the fish farmer will become in a loss. Therefore, these major carbs that are withstand to the different type of physico-chemical conditions, that will survive into the different type of physico-chemical conditions also, into the not only that, in confined water also. When water level is less, at that time there will be no problem for the culture of the major carbs. That means they can adjust, they can live into the confined water also, and fluctuating physico-chemical properties also. The water which is having a little bit of changes into the physico-chemical properties, they will also give a good response with that particular environment conditions. Besides that, the food is as previously I told, that are able to just get food of different type of food, that is natural as well as artificial, and here also that are herbivorous in number of the carbs are herbivorous in habit. So large amount of the herbivorous material is available into the aquatic ecosystem, plants, grass and so on is there. Therefore they can survive on that, the you may call as a herbivorous type of a diet. So it is one of the plus point of that Indian major carbs. Besides that, when fish is having the fish which we are going to culture, if it is having a good response with the artificial breeding, there are two types of breedings are there: natural breeding is there, wild breeding is there, and artificial breeding is there. And if our aim is economic, if our aim is a business of fishes, at that time we are going to concentrate over the high yield production. Therefore, these Indian major carbs we also give the better response with the induced breeding. It is also the one of the important point why people are choosing the major carbs. So this Indian major carbs will give a better response. They will breed very nicely with the artificial breeding. Therefore, the fish farmers, fish cultivators select the major carp for the culture. Besides that, that also feeds upon various type of zooplanktons and phytoplanktons and aquatic weeds and aquatic plants. Similarly, that are very resistant, that are very adjustable to the higher temperature as well as the turbidity, and they breed very profusely into the confined water also. Therefore, these are the several points by which the major carbs are suitable for the cultures. That means Lebiorheta, Katla Katla and Srinemrigala that are found to be very good for the fish culture. Therefore, that are known as the Indian major carbs. See here, this is the one of the important major carp, that is Katla Katla. Genus is Katla and species is a Katla. See here the morphological features of that Katla Katla. Here it is a very stout fish. Katla Katla is a very stout fish. Head is large, and here near ventral profile is near about straight, and dorsal profile is high up and convex. It is one of the important identification point of this Katla Katla, and this Katla is of the surface feeder. You see, we will come across later on. So this is of the one of the important. This is the picture of the Katla Katla. See here the head region, mouth opening, and dorsal profile as well as the ventral profile. So we can identify on that basis also. Next one is of the Lebiorheta. Comparing to the, see here, Katla Katla is having the fastest rate of growth among these three one. Katla Katla is having the fastest growth rate, and this Lebiorheta is also having the fastest. It is also having the fast growth rate next to the Katla Katla, or less to the somewhat Katla Katla. So it is also having a fast growth rate. So this Katla, this is the picture of Lebiorheta. See here, this when we compare the mouth opening of the Katla Katla, body profile of the Katla Katla, and the body profile of the Lebiorheta, you will find some differences. Here also in case of Lebiorheta, body profile, ventral body profile is a somewhat straight line, and it does not have the dorsal profile does not have a convex as in case of the Katla Katla, because here in Katla Katla the dorsal body profile is more convex, and here it is somewhat less convex than the Katla Katla. So it is having a terminal mouth opening. I left one point, I just forget one point, that why we are going to culture the major carbs, because they do not compete with each other. They have their separate zone of feeding. Katla Katla, it is surface feeder. It does not compete with the fishes which are living into the bottom as well as the middle area of that water. Lebiorheta is a mid feeder. It does not compete the food for surface as well as the bottom. And Srinemrigala is another one. Here it is a picture of the Srinemrigala, and this Srinemrigala is having the bottom feeding habit. Therefore, all these three fishes, all these carps, Lebiorheta, Katla Katla and Srinemrigala, that are having its separate feeding zone. Therefore, ultimately, there does not make a competition for the purpose of food. And when there is no competition of the food, it results into the good production and the development and growth also. Here it is the slide showing the food and feeding habit of major carps. See here, there are several types of fishes. These major carps, Lebiorheta, Katla Katla, Srinemrigala, these are also known as the indigenous carp that have a native of India. And in this table, some sort of silver carp, grass carp is also there, common carp is also there. So silver carp, grass carp and common carp, these are the exotic type of fishes that are not indigenous. So in this table, ultimately they by mistake they come here. So this Katla Katla, Lebiorheta and Srinemrigala is there. This Katla Katla is found to be planktonic feeder. It prefers the zooplankton and it is a surface feeder. Lebiorheta is a omnivorous plankton feeder and predominantly found into the feeding on the mid layer of the water body. And Srinemrigala it is also the omnivorous, and it feeds upon the whatever the food material which is present on the bottom of the pond, bottom of the lake, and so on. So this is little bit of the history of the fish culture, introduction of the fish culture, and some sort of some important points regarding the Indian major carps. So this culture program is possible. Culture program is carried out by different steps. It involves when the fish farmers plan to have the culture of the Indian major carp, it has to have a certain pattern. It has certain steps. So what are the way how we can culture the Katla Katla, Lebiorheta and Srinemrigala? That is, Indian Major Carp, that is IMC. So what is the culture program of IMC? How it is carried out? So the culture of IMC, it is possible by these some steps. Here it require for the culture and rearing the major carps, that requires nursery pond, rearing pond, stocking pond. Besides that, certain common preparation for all ponds are also there. You should have to prepare the pond. If it is nursery pond, rearing pond, stocking pond, they need some sort of the preparation. And here some preparatory phases are there, that are draining and drying, plugging, liming, fertilization, eradication of predatory insects, predatory fishes, weed fishes, control of aquatic weeds, the stocking densities, stocking rate into the different ponds, because there are different ponds that have been made according to their age group. Nursery pond, stocking pond, and rearing pond that have a particular life stage of the fishes. So these are the certain program as we have seen in this slide, in this PPT. Here, control of aquatic weeds, stocking of ponds, supplementary feeding, supplementary fertilization, maintenance of water quality, harvesting of the fishes. These are the certain important steps which have been involved into the cultural practices of Indian major carps. So dear friends, we will stop here. The rest of the part we shall continue into the next video. Thank you very much.